Hey friends, today I'm going to teach you how to do the Lord's Prayer in sign language. This first video I will teach you all the signs, and then I'll make a second video that you can use to practice. The more you practice, the faster you'll be able to be, and ultimately you want to be able to sign at the same rate that you speak. Okay? So we're going to start with the beginning of the prayer, Our Father who art in heaven. So we're going to start with an O hand. Okay, this is letter O in sign language. You're going to go from your right shoulder to your left shoulder. That's the word our. For Father, you're going to do a flat 5 hand. You're going to put thumb to forehead and come forward. Okay, so Our Father. In is pretty simple. You put one hand into the other. Okay, so Our Father who art in heaven. Now heaven, you can keep your left hand flat. And this is going to actually be up above your head, but so that you can see it. If I do it above my head, you won't really be able to see me. But you're going to do flat hand, you're going to circle, open, open. So really, if I scoot back some, if it's the way I would do it is Our Father who art in heaven. That's the first part. Okay, pardon the moving. Next we have hallowed be thy name. We're going to adjust some words a little bit. In sign language we call that making a gloss. And so we're going to use the word holy instead of hallowed. So you're going to make an H in sign language. And then you're going to have a flat palm. And holy, you take your H sideways and you just make a circle. So that's the word holy. Holy is your name. Okay, name is also 2 H's. Comes from your chin or your mouth and stacks on top of each other. Okay. Holy is your name. Now, anytime we say thy or yours in reference to God, we're going to use a flat hand that's palm up towards the sky, towards God. Okay, so thy kingdom. Now, kingdom is going to be a 2-sign word. It's kind of like a compound word in sign language. The first word, we're going to use a K in sign language, which is a peace sign with your thumb in the center. Okay, that's the letter K. It's also flipped upside down, the letter, that's hard to show, but that's the letter P. K, P, okay? You're going to need both of those hand motions for this sign. So kingdom is K from the left shoulder to the right hip. That's the word king. And then we're going to assign place, which is a P that makes a circle and lands in the middle. Kind of like holy, but with a P. Okay, so that's place. So that together is the word kingdom. So thy kingdom come. Now the word come, you're going to use what we call the one hand motion, and you're going to start from afar and it comes towards you. So come, thy kingdom come. Then we're going to say thy, so again our hands are up towards God. Will, we're talking about God's will. So we're going to take what God's will is and we're going to bring it to us. So thy will. And then for the word done, you're going to again have the ones. You're going to start with your ones upside down and flip them over. That's the word done. Okay, so that whole segment says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In sign language, you don't have to sign every word for word. So we're not signing the word be in that little stretch of statement. Okay, so it's not word for word, it's more about the concept or the idea. Okay, next we have thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. So on is pretty easy. You have 2 flat hands, one on top of the other. Okay, so that's on. Now earth is a little bit of a weird hand sign. You're going to try to see all the different ways. Okay, so you make this hand sign, and just like on, you just go straight to that hand motion. And then you're going to move your hand like the earth is spinning or rotating. So on earth. For as it is in heaven, we're going to say same as or like. So this is really the sign for like or same as. And then we go back to heaven. Okay. So on earth as it is in heaven. Okay. All right, so that's the first part. Next we have give. Now, because what we're giving in this instance is from God, we're going to say give. It looks kind of like will. Will is like we are opening our hands and pulling it to ourselves. Give, our hands are sort of already flat, okay? And whatever God has, he gives to us. If I was giving to you, that's how I would show it. But since God is giving to me, we do give us this day, back to our, daily. You're going to do like a thumbs up sign. You're going to put it right at your chin, and you're going to go forward twice. That's daily. Okay, so give us this day our daily. Then bread is pretty simple. This is like a loaf of bread, and you're just slicing the loaf of bread. Sometimes sign language signs make sense, and sometimes they're very abstract. So that whole thing, give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us, we're going to have a flat left hand and a flat right hand, but for forgive us, we're going to, it's kind of like a start and then go through. Forgive us our debts. For debts, you're going to make X fingers. This is a letter X in sign language, and you're going to start at your shoulders, and you're just going to spin down, okay? And you're going to end with sort of an upright X. So, forgive us our debts, and then again, same as or like, we forgive our debtors. So it's almost the same thing, but for debt, and then we have to make a body. That means a debt from a person. Okay, so debt, debtors. See the difference? They're very much the same sign in the beginning, but to say the person, the debtor, you got to add the body. Okay, so forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Make sense? Okay. Next we have, sorry, I have to look to make sure I don't miss a segment of the Lord's Prayer. It's harder when you're not just saying it out loud. Next we have lead us. So this is your follow hand and this is your lead hand. You're just going to grab it and pull. You don't have to yank very hard, okay? Just lead us. Not is a thumbs up from the chin forward. That's the word not. Lead us not into, just like in, into, it's all going to be the same sign. Temptation, you're going to make a fist, your arm, you're going to make that X finger, and you're just going to tap your elbow, okay? Lead us not into temptation, but, that's the ones, they cross and come apart, that's but. The second one is deliver, okay? So deliver and but are the same motions but different hand signs, okay? So but, deliver us. Now us, we're going to use the U, okay? For our, we used O. For us, we use U. Deliver us from, we have our person, and we're going to come from, okay? I have an X finger that I'm turning sideways, from. So, but deliver us from evil. Now in sign language, your facial expression is very important. It communicates a lot. So when I say evil, I'm not going to say evil, because that doesn't make sense if you're trying to read the facial expression. So you're going to say evil and have a little bit of a downward cast, something to show dismay or bad or evil, okay? So evil is two B's. This is the letter B in sign language. And you're going to use those B's and you're just going to circle twice in front of your face. Okay, so evil. So, but deliver us from evil. For, take your one, turn it sideways, point to your forehead and go away. Okay, so this is for. Thine is going to be the same as thy. So for thine is the kingdom. We did this sign earlier. Kingdom. The power. You're going to pull from your shoulders and show that strength. Okay? The power. Now, one of my favorite signs in all of sign language is glory. You have an open palm, and you're going to make this sort of hand shape, okay, where your middle finger goes down, middle finger to palm, and then shake it out. Okay? So glory. Forever, you're going to make a circle and ever. Sorry, I had to fix my computer. Forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so that whole last part. But deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so that's the whole Lord's Prayer, and I'll make another video that all I'm going to do is sign that pretty much at the cadence of how people will say it on Sunday when you guys do this. This is for Sunday, July 24th, to help the children and youth lead worship on the Lord's Prayer. So that's that one.